here in Chiefs Kingdom. Let me start with a question that hits a little too close to home. When was the last time Kansas City football truly felt uncomfortable? Not frustrating for a drive, not sloppy for a quarter, but uncomfortable for an entire season. For the first time since 2014, the Kansas City Chiefs missed the playoffs, a 6-11 record. No January football at Arrowhead. No Red Sea shaking the AFC. And for a franchise that has lifted Lombardi trophies in 1969, 2020, 2023, and 2024, that kind of silence is deafening. So when Reid walked back into the building on January 28, 2026, this wasn't just a coaching hire. This was a statement. From my perspective, this move isn't about nostalgia. It's not about comfort. And it's definitely not about reliving the past. It's about restoring standards. Bieniemy is back as the Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator, standing once again next to Andy Reid, the architect of the modern Chiefs dynasty. And the mandate is clear, even if it hasn't been printed on paper. Discipline, detail, accountability. Because what Chiefs fans need to understand is this: the 2025 season wasn't lost because of bad luck. It wasn't lost because the league caught up. It was lost because the Chiefs, at times, stopped looking like the Chiefs. And Bieniemy knows it. Listen to his words, not the headlines. The tone. It was real tough making this decision, Bieniemy said. But it was an opportunity to come home. If Big Red ever picks up the phone, it may be time to return home. That's not a man chasing a job. That's a coach answering a call to fix something that matters. This reunion feels emotional on the surface, but underneath it, it's deeply strategic. Let's rewind for a second. When Bieniemy was last in Kansas City, the Chiefs were the gold standard of offensive football. This was the era where Patrick Mahomes redefined creativity at quarterback, where Travis Kelce became an unsolvable problem in the middle of the field, where defenses knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it. Those offenses weren't just explosive. They were precise, motion with purpose, routes with timing, spacing that punished even the smallest defensive mistake. And yes, Andy Reid deserves massive credit. But anyone inside the building will tell you, Bieniemy was the voice that demanded the details be right. Every rep, every meeting, every snap. After leaving Kansas City following the 2022 season, Bieniemy didn't take an easy road. He went to Washington, then UCLA, then Chicago. Different locker rooms, different personalities, different levels of structure and chaos. From my view, that matters more than people think. Those 3 years gave him perspective. They hardened his approach. They reinforced what works and what absolutely doesn't in modern football leadership. And if anyone thinks that time softened Bieniemy, they weren't listening closely. There's some things about me that have changed, he said, but more than anything, EB is EB. We will still be disciplined and detailed. There's a standard of excellence that'll be expected. That line should jump off the screen for Chiefs fans, because discipline and detail were exactly what went missing in 2025. Let's talk about the offense. Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. The arm talent didn't vanish. The instincts didn't disappear, but the structure around him cracked. Too many broken plays turning into desperation. Too many red zone trips that's inside the opponent's 20-yard line, ending without points. Too many moments where Mahomes felt like he had to be the superhero on every snap. That's not sustainable football, even for a generational quarterback. Travis Kelce remains one of the smartest players to ever wear red and gold. His football IQ, his chemistry with Mahomes, his ability to read coverage on the fly. It's elite, but age changes usage. Not effectiveness, but deployment. And in 2025, there were stretches where the offense didn't adapt quickly enough to that reality. Isaiah Pacheco brings violence to the run game. He sets a tone. He reminds defenses that the Chiefs are not just finesse. But when the run game lacks consistency in scheme and commitment, even a tone setter gets neutralized. And then there's Chris Jones on the other side of the ball, a defensive wrecking ball, a pressure machine. But football is complementary. When the offense sputters, the defense lives on the field. Fatigue sets in. Margins shrink. This is where Bieniemy's return matters. He admitted he hasn't fully dissected the 2025 tape yet. And honestly, I respect that honesty. No rush judgments. No lazy takes. I'm going to figure out the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent, he said. That's coaching. That's problem solving. Andy Reid has always valued voices that tell the truth, not the comfortable truth, the necessary one. And Bieniemy has never been a sugarcoater. In my view, this changes the internal dynamic immediately. Meetings get sharper. Practice gets tighter. Mistakes get addressed, not explained away. A fictional former Chiefs player I spoke with recently put this way, and I want to be clear. This is perspective, not an official quote. When EB was in the room, you knew exactly where you stood. If you messed up, you heard about it. If you did it right, you moved on. No drama. That culture matters, especially in a locker room that's tasted both dominance and disappointment. And let's not forget the history this franchise carries. From Len Dawson leading the Chiefs to glory in 1969, to Derek Thomas redefining defensive excellence, to Tony Gonzalez changing how the tight end position is played. This organization has always been about evolution, not stagnation. The Andy Reid era took that legacy and turned it into a modern dynasty. For Super Bowls, multiple AFC championships, a reputation that makes Arrowhead Stadium one of the loudest, most intimidating venues in all of sports. Gayha Field at Arrowhead isn't just a stadium. It's an experience. The tomahawk chop, the noise that rattles opposing quarterbacks, the Red Sea rising on third down. Chiefs Kingdom doesn't just watch football. It demands excellence. So what does this mean going forward? From my perspective, this doesn't guarantee a Super Bowl. Anyone selling certainty is lying to you. The AFC is brutal. The Bills, the Bengals, divisional rivalries with the Raiders, Broncos, and Chargers. Nothing comes easy. But there's reason to believe the floor just rose significantly. Bieniemy brings structure back to the offense. He brings accountability back to the building. And maybe most importantly, he brings a shared language with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes that doesn't need translation. If the offense rediscovers its rhythm, if Mahomes can play within structure more consistently, if Kelsey is deployed surgically, not desperately, if Pacheco becomes a heartbeat again, then yes, the playoff conversation returns quickly. And Chiefs fans should remember this. Dynasties don't die quietly. They get challenged, they get tested, and the real ones respond. As someone who lives and breathes Chiefs football, I don't see this as a step backward into comfort. I see it as a course correction rooted in identity. This is Chiefs football. This is Chiefs culture. This is Chiefs Kingdom. The story isn't finished. Not even close. Stay locked in. Stay loud. And remember, standards are back in the building.